So one per row, and you guys can kind of like pass it. Yeah, so take one and pass it along. So what we're going to write to start with is, I would like you guys to write something about positive body image. And that can range from a compliment or to say something just positive about yourself. It can be something general or it can be something really specific.
Like anything that you did positively about yourself in any way.
Or something that's general. So, I am beautiful and I am comfortable in my own skin. Something like that, right? Or I am proud of who I am or how I look, right? I don't let society dictate what my weight should be, right? Or how I should do my hair, or how my hair should be, or how my makeup should be, or what I should wear, type of stuff. But I think that's more, we want more towards body image, but I think you guys come up with this one. And give me another post-it, if you keep in mind about something. We have an abundance of post-its, so, crumple that up. I'll probably give you guys maybe like a minute or two to do that if you have one. And then just put it to the side and we'll come back to it at the end. Is everyone kind of okay? Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started then. So first, right, it's important to define what eating disorders are, right, because we need to know what we're going to be talking about, right? So it's a serious illness and sometimes fatal that results in drastic changes to a person's eating behaviors caused by obsession with food, body weight, and or body image. So we're going to be talking about the three main ones, but I want you all also to keep in mind that there is a fourth kind of eating disorder diagnosis, right? That's eating disorder not otherwise specified. So the reason that diagnosis also exists is because we can't put everybody in a box, right? We can't say, okay, if you don't meet this criteria, then you obviously don't have an eating disorder, it's something else, right? We can't automatically say that, so there has to be some kind of leeway because we're all individuals and we're all different. And for some people or most people, it won't be exactly, right, what the symptoms are or what they're defined as. So that's why there's kind of like that fourth, not otherwise specified. It could be a combination of all three, or it could just be a combination of the two. But yeah, we're just gonna focus on these three. But I want you guys to keep that in mind that we can't, right? I don't want you to think we're putting people in a box. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna be talking about anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating. Before I hand it off to Amy to start off with anorexia, would you guys kind of want to venture what each are or why they're different from each other?
Like what you guys think each one of those is.
Anorexia is like when you extremely starve yourself and you require yourself to food.
Yes.
To the point where you're like, you'll be
Yes.
For anything you can eat, but you throw it back out before it actually digests in your body. I was going to add on anorexia, that it's not only for repeating practices as well.
Yeah, in addition to there also being three eating disorders, there's also, which we don't go that much into, but there, like you said, like there are subcategories basically within each one that kind of puts it into some more detail of what each person has.
Binge eating can be like a form of overeating for emotional satisfaction. But I know that all of these can all connect. Like I know that bulimia can turn into anorexia, or binge eating can turn into bulimia, and so on and so forth.
They can absolutely, they can become the eating disorder not otherwise specified, right? Because you have combination 2 or 3 or
your physical weight is a big part of anorexia. These individuals frequently weigh themselves, restrict their food consumption, and or only eat certain foods. So they, like you said, they could be starving themselves and not be eating at all, or might only limit themselves to be eating one type of food that they would consider to be appropriate. So symptoms of anorexia include restricted eating, emaciation, which means extreme thinness, which would be a result of not allowing yourself the things that you need. A constant pursuit of thinness. So the person is continuously and constantly always trying to lower their body weight, that they're never satisfied, they're never thin enough. There's an unwillingness to maintain a healthy weight, an intense fear of gaining weight, a distorted body image, and your self-esteem is determined by your perceived body weight or body image, and denial of the severe low body weight. So this person doesn't really acknowledge or really accept the fact that their body weight is very unhealthy and dangerous.
And also just to interject one thing, kind of what D'Angelin was saying, that constant pursuit of thinness, if this individual feels that starving themselves no longer helps them achieve that ideal weight, right, that ideal kind of thin that they want to be, they can resort to laxatives, or they can resort to those diet teas or other kinds of things that they can add on to them already starving themselves to kind of achieve their goal.
So not only does it have symptoms, there's also long-term effects for anorexia bulimia. So the bones can become very thin, which is called osteopenia or osteoporosis. Anemia, which is a deficiency in red blood cells from not having enough nutrients going to your blood. Muscle weakness, brittle hair and nails, dry or yellowish skin. Lanugo, which is a growth of fine hair all over your body. It's kind of like a peach fuzz type of thing. Severe constipation, low blood pressure, damage to your heart because your heart is straining to overcompensate for things your body doesn't have. Brain damage, multi-organ failure, drop in internal body temperature, lethargy, which is a lack of energy, which again would be caused by not giving your body the nutrients that it needs to function normally, and infertility.
Before I get to move on to bulimia, does anyone have any questions? Do you feel like you would like to interject? I would like to make this kind of like as, interactive as possible. So if you do have any questions, or if you do have a comment or something you want to say, feel free to kind of like jump in. Well, raise your hand, but you can jump in and kind of.
Wouldn't it be a psychological problem, like how you say when they look in the mirror they see themselves as fat, and so they deprive themselves more from food, and so even though they're showing the fact that they're like they're not overweight, they show the number, they will always see something different.
Yes, absolutely. So that's kind of like the basis of it, that these eating disorders are mental illnesses in others.
Right, because it starts off by that distorted body image, right? That you see yourself in the mirror, and perhaps medically you're at normal weight and body fat and you're fine, but psychologically you're thinking, no, there's something wrong with me. I have, my body weight is too much, and I'm not beautiful, or I'm not attractive, or I'm not what society tells me I need to be, and then and that thinking results in your actions, right? And it obviously would resort in the future to how you look, right? To that extreme, either downgrade of weight or the health issues, right? The long-term health effects. But yeah, definitely it is a diagnostic, right, issue. It's a mental health issue. So the next one we'll talk about would be bulimia nervosa. So it's individuals with bulimia go through a cycle of eating large amounts of food, feeling a lack of control, and then they follow that lack of control by a compensating behavior, which would be vomiting. They can abuse laxatives, they can fast, which means, right, not eat during certain times of the day or skip meals. They can over-exercise, or a combination of any of these. And unlike anorexia, for the most part, individuals with bulimia usually have what's considered a relatively healthy weight. So they don't necessarily lose weight, but they don't gain weight either. they can over time lose weight. But for the most part, they're not as thin as those with anorexia. Does that make sense? Did I lose anybody?
And also with bulimia, what we were talking about, the compensating behaviors, so the vomiting, excessive laxative, over-exercising, and fasting, that's where that fine line is between the different disorders. So you can be bulimic and be fasting and not eating food. So there's very small differences between the disorders, and that's what you're saying before.
And we can also see how they overlap, right? Because someone who starves themselves for a period of time may think that that's not enough anymore. So they can go to, well, I'm gonna not eat and also exercise 7 times a week, twice a day.
Yes,
Type
I
of-
was just gonna ask you, with anorexia, do they also overexercise? Because I know that that's down here for bulimia, but they also engage in that as well.
They can, over time, if they feel that the behavior of starving themselves or severely limiting their intake of food is no longer effective. If their goal is to lose more weight, then they can. So that's why a lot of these kinds of overlap.
My question is, how are you able to overexercise and be able to run on the treadmill? When you go on to really thin?
Well, that's where like that multi-organ failure and heart damage comes in, because you're forcing your body to do these things that it physically isn't capable of doing. So that's where all of those long-term effects come in, because your body can't function normally, but because of that distorted body image, they're still trying to achieve that goal weight and weight.
And I think, you know, they can probably engage in that kind of like mind over muscle, right? I feel like I can't, like my body's telling me that I'm too tired, that I'm too weak, that I can't run 5 miles on the treadmill, but my mind is telling me that this is something that I need to do, right? This might be a silly analogy, but kind of like Superman, right? If he's exposed to kryptonite, his body tells him that you can't withstand, you can't walk, you can't use your super strength, you can't fly, but if his mind is telling him, no, this is something I have to do to save whoever, right? Lois Lane or whoever it is, right? Even with the kryptonite present, he'll still do what he has to do to reach his goal, right? So I know that's kind of a stretch, but so kind of bring it to our time. So symptoms would be inflamed or sore throat, right? If they're vomiting excessively, right? Swollen salivary glands in the neck and jaw, tooth decay due to stomach acid reflux, aka heartburn. You can have irritation in your intestines from laxative abuse. You can be severely dehydrated if you're overusing laxatives, if you're over-exercising, plus not eating, and if you're not drinking enough water, you're dehydrated. You can have electrolyte and chemical imbalances. So too high or too low levels of sodium, calcium, potassium, and other materials, right? So our body kind of needs like this equilibrium to kind of be able to function normally. And when you deprive your body of certain nutrients, or when you on purpose abuse laxatives or over-exercise, then the balance that your body's supposed to have, it kind of goes out of whack, right?
So these symptoms, just like the ones for anorexia, you know, like Ingrid was saying, with the inflamed sore throat is from excessive vomiting, and with severe dehydration, like it's like when you get sick and you have like the flu or stomach virus, and you need to keep drinking fluid because you're constantly not able to keep anything down. So your body isn't holding, you're eating, but your body isn't really retaining any of those nutrients because you're either vomiting or using laxatives to get rid of the calories and food intake that you have.
So long-term effects. So you can have irregular heartbeat or heart failure, right, caused by these electrolyte imbalances. You can have a gastric rupture in your esophagus from constant vomiting. So basically, it erodes your stomach acid erodes so much, you can develop a hole in your esophagus. Not too pleasant. You can have chronic or irregular bowel movements or constipation as a result of laxative abuse. You can have ulcers and pancreatitis, and you can have a stroke and or heart attack.
So binge eating disorder is the third disorder, the third main disorder. So individuals who have binge eating disorder lose control over their eating habits. It's not followed by any kind of vomiting or excessive exercise or laxative abuse, usually. So basically, somebody with binge eating disorder would feel a lack of control over some aspect of their life, and they compensate for that by overeating in a short period of time. Unlike anorexia and bulimia, individuals who have binge eating disorder are often overweight because they don't have that compensating behavior of the vomiting, excessive exercise, or laxative abuse. So they are just taking in large amounts of calories. Binge eating disorder is the most common eating disorder in the United States.
And also just to add, have you guys ever heard of the phrase, like, you know, when I'm really sad, I just eat, right? So, so, I mean, it's everything in moderation, right?
Yeah.
It's not like if you're having a bad day and that particular bad day you want to go and buy yourself a pint of ice cream. It's not binge eating, right? You just want to kind of give yourself a pick-me-up, right? But if that becomes a habit that you do 7 times a day over 8 months, then it may develop into an issue, right?
So some of the symptoms of binge eating disorder include usually eating large amounts of foods in a short amount of time. So like Ingrid said, like if you go out and you buy a pint of ice cream, or in like this case would be more like 3 or 4 pints of ice cream, and you sit down and eat them in like an hour and a half every day for like a significant amount of time. Eating when you're full or not hungry, I know everybody does it, but this is like kind of taking it to a whole new step of overeating when you're not hungry to a point where you most likely feel well. Also eating at an accelerated pace, so eating very quickly. Overeating in general. Hiding your eating habits due to embarrassment. So that would include maybe being embarrassed about the amount of food that you're eating. So you might wake up in the middle of the night and go consume large amounts of food when nobody knows that that's what you're doing. So you don't have that embarrassment. Negative feelings about your eating habits. So you know that what you're doing is not healthy for you, and you don't feel very good about it. And also frequent dieting without weight loss.
And then I think it's also important to note that these will become, right, disorders or severe issues, right, when it interrupts with your activities of daily living, right? Do we know some activities of daily living? Do we know what that is? Like ADLs, activities. Anyone want to venture a definition? Right, that's one aspect of it. Another would be also the things that you need to do for yourself to keep yourself healthy, right? So you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you use the bathroom, you shower, you get dressed, you run errands, go to school, have to pass your classes, whatever have you. So, and if the idea of just wanting to keep eating and eating and eating, or the idea of wanting to use laxative or wanting to over-exercise or wanting to starve yourself interrupts those activities of daily living, then that's really when it becomes something that can be diagnosed or something that does become an issue. It's interrupting your day-to-day habits, activities, and essentially your lives, and that's when it can become detrimental to your health.
So some long-term effects of binge